Ted, look what you did, or at least what you about to do. On today's new episode of Beyond the Gates, looks like Leslie and Ted about to sleep together, y'all. I said at this point, Eva either want them together or she just gullible or immune to what her mama be doing. Because why would you tell her anything about Ted? That don't make sense. Every time you tell her something about Ted or you go to Ted about her, things go left. So make it make sense at this point. But yeah, I was like, I've been saying this for a long time. Now we don't know if they actually gonna sleep together, because so far they was just kissing and they headed to the bedroom or wherever they went. Now as of right now, we don't know if they actually slept together. I don't know if they gonna pick up where they left off on tomorrow's episode. Based on the promo, they was in bed together or whatever. But that could mean anything. She could have made it seem like they actually slept together. But so far they don't kiss and they headed back that way. But yeah, I was like, when she touched on him, I knew. Even before then, because he kept living in the doggone hotel room. Derek ended up accepting Ashley's proposal. Shanice suspects that Derek's starting to gain feeling in his legs again. June has a job, but she's struggling. Smitty isn't ready to forgive Martin. I was like, at this point, they'll be the next couple divorcing. Aside from that, Ted was drunk. Leslie ended up letting the Duprees know that she got the house. Ted and Leslie end up kissing and they headed to the room. And the last thing is that Samantha told Martin that she need her mom. Hey y'all, and welcome back to another review of Life with Chelsea for Beyond the Gates, September 15, 2025. First things first, let me know y'all thoughts on today's new episode down below. What did y'all think? Did y'all like the episode? Are y'all shocked by the ending? Are y'all shocked? Right now, we don't know what happened. We just know that they was kissing. We know that they headed back there to the room. Also, if you seen the promo, then you know that they was laid in bed together. I guess the first thing to ask would be, do y'all think that they actually hooked up? Or do y'all think that Leslie gonna make it seem like they hooked up? Either way it goes, it's over with. And not just that, I was like, he sobered up pretty fast, didn't he? I was like, when Eva left, he barely could stand and everything. I mean, he was tripping over things and all what's it called? Stammering? I don't know what it's called, but either way it go. But I was like, you messed up now. You done messed up now. Now it was very unlikely that you was gonna get her back. Now you definitely not gonna get her back. Now you definitely ain't gonna get her back. I was like, look, you wasn't gonna get her back to begin with. Didn't look like it anyway. Ashley and Derek. So with them, Ashley ended up proposing or whatever. She was like, she not gonna give up regardless and all this other stuff. She know now that he's the one she want to share the rest of her life with and stuff like that. She proposed to him. Now at first I was like, okay, using his brain, because he didn't immediately say yes. He was saying how, basically, he was shocked. He don't know if he can agree to the proposal. That's what he told her. I was like, stick to it. He was like, he doesn't want to marry her because of everything that's going on and stuff like that while he's paralyzed. And she was basically saying how she don't care nothing about that and everything. And Derek was afraid. He also mentioned that he was afraid that she was more in love with taking care of him than being in love with him or whatever. I said, you would be correct. Despite all of that, he ended up telling her yes, y'all. He accepted her proposal. So Shanice came in. That's when they ended up announcing to her that, they get married. So at first I thought, like, she obviously had objections. So after Ashley left, that's when they're going to know why. So she ends up saying, like, she been in this business a long time. That ain't what she said. She been doing physical therapy for a long time, so she knows when there's changes. So she asked him, are there changes? Are you starting to feel again? He like, no, or whatever. And she was like, she gonna have to adjust it if he is starting to feel again or whatever. So he's still lying and stuff. And she also said how Ashley had a right to know because she willing to change her life and stuff like that to marry him and stuff because she thinks that he's gonna be paralyzed forever and everything. I said, exactly, and that's what he know. How you just hear her say she had feelings for somebody else and everything else that you heard her say to this man and him say to her, then decide to accept this doggone proposal. Naomi and Jacob was just worried about how Chelsea will recover. June was working at Orphy Jeans. Smitty ends up asking Nicole if she misses Ted. She admitted to missing Ted or whatever, but she don't want to do it again. She don't want to forgive him. She don't know if she would ever forgive him. She don't think she would ever forgive him. So then she started asking Smitty if he gonna forgive Martin or whatever. I think at that point they had came in. I think what's his name? I think Martin and Samantha and them had came in. They showed Ted he was getting drunk when Eva stopped by. Leslie tells Anita and Vernon that she got the house. Derek was shocked that, Ashley proposed. June was basically just saying how she's getting her life together. First, she got the job, and she also staying at that shelter that Jacob and them recommended or whatever. But aside from that, Ted was saying to Eva how he wants his marriage back. I said, well, now you won't be getting that marriage back, sweetheart. You will not be getting it back, sweetheart. I was like, look, I feel like if that really happened and it's not a daydream or anything like that, I feel like he was aware. I might be wrong. Like, I don't know. How do y'all feel about that? I feel like he was aware enough. Leslie ends up telling them how she plans on redesigning the house. Martin ends up telling Smitty how much he misses him, but he's still not willing to forgive him. I said, at this point, he's not going to forgive him. I said, at this point, it don't seem like he's going to ever forgive him. And then, how do y'all feel about him comparing Nicole and Ted's situation to his? Now, the lying part, yes. because he's mentioned it. He said something about lying for years and stuff like that. They had it in common. But he ain't cheat. Even when it told her mama. She went and told Leslie that she's worried about Ted. First of all, your mama ain't got a caring, concerned body. I ain't said that right. What they be saying? She ain't got no caring bone in her body, whatever they be saying. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Why would you tell her anything? I said, at this point, you either want your parents together or you just gullible to your mama and you expecting her to be somebody that she's clearly not. But she told her mama she's worried about Ted. June started to mess up. She started breaking stuff. So she ended up saying at the end of the episode how she's not any good to anybody. Vernon was trying to keep Leslie from being a part of the club, and he ended up succeeding. Leslie ended up showing up at Ted Hotel. Shanice knows that Derek is improving, but he's still lying. Samantha ended up telling Martin that she really likes this dude named Nathan or whatever, and how she almost slept with him. Ted and Leslie started kissing. They started kissing. The boy ended up denying Leslie membership. Samantha ended up saying how she's surrounded by boys and she really needs the advice of a woman, so she wants to talk to her mama.